Okay, so let's have a look at the last part then. Part D is usually a bit of theory. So it says state and explain two limitations of the receipts and payments account. And the club is considering the instalments of floodlights at a cost of 70,000. What advice would you give the treasurer of the club? So let's have a look and see, first of all, the limitations. So we've got 6 here that you can decide from. So it does not show whether the club is raising enough funds to cover the running costs. The amounts due but unpaid at the end of the accounting period are not included. So we would look at them already. Only shows an increase or decrease in cash, although there has been outstanding bills. Does not take into account losses such as depreciation. Does not show whether the club or bar restaurants are profitable. And does not distinguish between receipts for the current year or other years. So if you remember, your receipts and your payments accounts looks like this here. So this is your receipts and payments account here. So a couple of items there. Does not show if the club is raising enough money to cover or running its costs. Amounts due and prepaid at the end of the year are not included. Shows an increase and decrease or cash, although there is still outstanding bills. There's no depreciation included in it. Doesn't show if the bar profit is making it profitable, and does not distinguish between receipts for the current year and other years. So what's the difference in the money coming in from this year and other years? So part B then usually comes up all the time. So the club is considering the installation of floodlights at a cost of 70,000. What advice would you give the treasurer of the club? So yes, I would advise the treasurer to go ahead with installing the lights. So the improved facilities will allow longer use of the club courts, resulting in adding income from usage. So more people can use the club, the tennis courts at night time, so you want to get more income. This could enable the club to increase its membership and thereby increase the annual surplus of income, as well as greater usage of the restaurant and bar. So more people can use it, we get more members. If you have more members, then people are going to use the restaurant and bar more often, so it's going to increase the profit there as well. So this club is in a strong financial position. It has surplus of income over expenditure of 34,894 in the current year. At this rate, a surplus enough funds will be generated in a little over 2 years. So the surplus income over expenditure. The club has increased its bank balance to 45,000 after paying off a loan of 30,000 during the year. So we paid off 30,000 and we still have a bank balance of 45,000. So that's quite good. To fund the expenditure of 70,000, the club could use the cash balance of 45,180. So this cash we have here. The prize bonds of 4,400, which is our money. So we could also use that, and then withdraw the balance, which is 20,420 from the investment fund. So 45,180 plus 4,400, and take that away from 70,000 gives you a balance of 20,420. The club should avoid using any of the funds raised through the levy, as this is more likely earmarked from other purposes, and these funds may be needed for future capital expenditure. So why would we use this money if we have enough money anyway in the business, and to withdraw a little bit from investment funds? So funds available without revenue reserves, so we have investments of 50,000, with a prize bond of 4,400, and with a bank balance then of 45,180. So the level reserve then, we take them out, we'll have a net available of 59,580. So we're in a good position. Borrow the remainder in the short term, as the club is capable of paying back quickly through its regular income sources. So we could borrow the difference, which would be like 11,000, and then we could repay back that then on the short term. So that's something that you could just kind of, if you do a template for yourself, just in case you're asked for installation, figures that you need to know for it are all here, this part here. So you're talking about your income and expenditure, you're talking about your bank, and then the balance in between to help fund the investment. Okay, usually you're not going to use your level reserve because that's for something more higher, more a better capital expenditure, maybe like building new tennis courts or building new clubhouse or something like that. And that's how you answer the theory part then of the club account question.